The Bennington Triangle is one of the most mysterious areas in the United States, known for a series of strange and unexplained disappearances between 1945 and 1950. This region, located in southwestern Vermont, centers around Glastonbury Mountain. It was once a thriving logging and mining area, but by the late 19th century, it had become a ghost town, leaving behind nothing but dense forests, rough terrain, and an eerie atmosphere. For many, this wilderness holds secrets that still remain unsolved to this day. Author Joseph A. Citro coined the term Bennington Triangle, linking a series of vanishings to the region's history of strange sightings, supernatural legends, and unexplained events. Over the course of 5 years, 5 people mysteriously disappeared within the triangle. Each case baffled investigators, fueling speculation about what might be lurking within the vast wilderness of Glastonbury. The first mysterious disappearance in the Bennington Triangle occurred on November 12, 1945. Mitty Rivers, a 74-year-old hunting guide, led a group of hunters deep into the mountains near Hell Hollow. He was an experienced outdoorsman, familiar with the land, and knew the area like the back of his hand. But on that day, something strange happened. On the way back to camp, Rivers walked ahead of the group. The hunters said they saw him round a bend in the trail, but when they caught up, Mitty Rivers was gone. An extensive search followed, involving 300 volunteers, police officers, and firefighters. Yet, despite the massive effort, Rivers had vanished without a trace. The only clue left behind was a single rifle cartridge found near a stream where he had been walking. Rivers' disappearance shocked the community. How could such an experienced man, well-versed in the wilderness, just disappear without a sign of struggle or injury? This was only the beginning. The next disappearance happened just over a year later, on December 1, 1946. Paula Jean Weldon, an 18-year-old student at Bennington College, was taking a Sunday hike along the famous Long Trail. Weldon, who had been eager to enjoy the beauty of the Vermont mountains, was last seen around 4 p.m. near Bickford Hollow, a remote part of the trail. A local man spotted her walking ahead on the trail, but after that, she simply disappeared. When she failed to return to campus that night, her friends and family grew worried. A massive search effort ensued, with police, students, and even the FBI scouring the region. Searchers combed the area with dogs, and helicopters flew over the mountains, but no clues were ever found. Paula Weldon's disappearance gained national attention. Many theories circulated. Had she been abducted? Did she get lost in the wilderness? Or was something more sinister at play? No trace of Paula, not even her clothes or personal belongings, was ever found. The mystery of her disappearance deepened the intrigue surrounding the Bennington Triangle. 3 years later, in December 1949, a third disappearance occurred under even stranger circumstances. James E. Tedford, a 68-year-old war veteran, was traveling by bus from St. Albans to Bennington, returning home to the Bennington Soldiers' Home. Witnesses on the bus saw Tedford in his seat, and he was last seen as the bus approached Bennington. But when the bus arrived at its destination, Tedford had disappeared. His luggage and bus schedule were still in his seat, but Tedford himself was gone. There were no stops between his last sighting and the bus station, leaving investigators puzzled. How could a man simply vanish from a moving bus without anyone noticing? This disappearance, like the others, left no clues and no evidence, adding another layer to the growing mystery. On October 12, 1950, just a year after Tedford's disappearance, 8-year-old Paul Jepson was the next to vanish. Paul was last seen playing near his family's farm in East Bennington. His mother had been caring for the farm's animals and had left Paul unattended for a short while. But when she returned, Paul was nowhere to be found. Search parties were quickly assembled, and bloodhounds were brought in. The dogs picked up Paul's scent, leading them to a nearby road, but the trail abruptly ended there, as if he had been picked up or had simply disappeared into thin air. What made this case particularly chilling was that Paul's disappearance occurred near the same area where Paula Weldon had vanished 4 years earlier. Was there a connection between these cases? Had Paul been abducted by someone, or did something even stranger happen in the wilderness surrounding Bennington? The search yielded no results, and Paul's fate remains unknown. Just 2 weeks after Paul Jepson's disappearance, on October 28, 1950, Frida Langer, a 53-year-old experienced hiker, vanished while hiking near Somerset Reservoir. Langer had been camping with her cousin Herbert Elsner, and the two had set out for a short hike. During the hike, Frida slipped and fell into a stream, soaking her clothes. She told Elsner she would return to camp to change and meet him back on the trail. However, Frida never returned. When Elsner reached the campsite and found she wasn't there, he raised the alarm. Searchers, helicopters, and bloodhounds covered the entire area, but despite the thorough search, nothing was found. It wasn't until May 12, 1951, that Frida's body was finally discovered in a meadow near Somerset Reservoir, an area that had already been searched extensively. The advanced decomposition of Frida's remains made it impossible to determine the cause of death, but the fact that her body appeared in a location that had been searched multiple times only deepened the mystery. What happened to Frida Langer? How had she evaded searchers, and why was her body found in such a conspicuous spot? The disappearances in the Bennington Triangle remain one of the most puzzling mysteries in U.S. history. Over the years, countless theories have been proposed. Some believe a serial killer may have been active in the area during this time, picking off victims who wandered alone in the remote wilderness. However, there's no evidence to support this theory, and none of the disappearances involved clear signs of foul play. Others speculate that the region may be home to something paranormal. The Abenaki tribe, native to the area, believed that Glastonbury Mountain was cursed, and they avoided it, using it only for burial grounds. There have been numerous reports of UFO sightings, Bigfoot-like creatures, and strange lights in the sky over the years, leading some to believe that something beyond our understanding might be at work. Yet another theory is that the disappearances could simply be the result of natural hazards. The terrain of the Bennington Triangle is rugged and treacherous, with dense forests and steep cliffs. It's possible that those who vanished got lost or injured and succumbed to the elements, but this does not explain why some of the bodies were never found or why no clues were left behind. Despite years of investigation and speculation, the disappearances in the Bennington Triangle remain unsolved. Whether the cause is something natural or supernatural, the region continues to captivate and mystify those who seek answers. Today, hikers and mystery enthusiasts still visit the area, hoping to uncover clues that may finally solve the mystery of the Bennington Triangle. The world is full of mysteries waiting in the shadows. Subscribe to discover the secrets hidden in plain sight. The truth is out there if you're willing to seek it.